Once in a while, when I look out my window, I'll glance up at the sky hoping to identify a few stars. On a clear evening, I can usually spot out the Big Dipper within seconds. On a cloudless night, I can only locate about a dozen or so stars when I'm facing west of the horizon. Looking towards the east horizon, a soft glowing haze pervades the sky. Even though I live about 20 minutes west of Chicago, the glow of the city obscures my chance for observing constellations. Many cities are guilty for leaving their light switch on at all hours, boundlessly illuminating the night sky. As a collective whole, humans have been polluting the entire planet with artificial light.
For the past 50 years, research astronomer Drew Carhart of the Field Museum has noticed the transformation of the Chicagoland skyline. When I was a kid back in the 1960s, out here in the suburbs, you could still see the Milky Way from my backyard. Now, a child growing up in the same town can pretty much count the stars they see in their fingers. Within one generation's time, we have lost the ability to see the stars, expresses Carhart. Calling this an issue is a bit of an understatement. Our illuminating sky has made stargazing a challenge. Astronomer John E. Bordeaux has created a gauge that determines how strongly the night sky is being chipped away. The Bordeaux scale ranks from Class 1, meaning the least polluted sky, which is equivalent of seeing the sky in a large desert, to a Class 9, which is typically found in the inner cities. The Dark Sky Finder app shows the extent of light pollution over an area. One can see that light pollution extends well out of the city and covers a massive swath of land that makes it into areas that aren't even considered the Chicago suburbs to begin with.
The pollution has a negative effect on the energy usage. According to the International Dark Sky Association, about 22% of all energy produced here in the US goes toward lighting, and that one-third of that lighting is wasted at an annual cost of about $2 billion. In Chicago, there are no precise data on how much energy is wasted by lighting because there are only a few data on how many streetlights there are in the city. But we know that only about 37% of the light actually shine, which will cause a huge amount of energy and money wasted because of inefficient lighting. In fact, as the Illinois Lighting Association stated, that about 2 billion lumens of light going where it is not needed. So in every minute of every night, about 5.4 million taxpayers' money will be spent on wasted power.
Light pollution also affects how animals regulate their lives. In Chicagoland alone, animals like raccoons, deer, and birds have all been affected. Many of them have notably lost the night's advantages like being able to hide them from predators. Others, like birds, find it more challenging to hunt for food since they can't rely on the night to hide them, nor can they pinpoint their prey as easily due to the sheer glow of the once dim sky. As a result, many populations of these animals have noticeably begun to shrink, and the trend hasn't shown any signs of winding down. In Florida, the light pollution affects sea turtles significantly. When sea turtles are hatched from their eggs on the beach, lighting near the shore also causes hatchlings to become disoriented and wander inland, where they often die of dehydration or predation. In addition, artificial lights attract many insects at night. This negatively impacts insects because they either become easy prey for other animals, are killed from touching hot light bulbs, or eventually just exhaust themselves, falling dead to the ground. Therefore, if there were less light pollution, animals could regulate their lives with more ease. Humans tend to think that they are superior and exempt from natural laws, but in fact they all can abide to outside elements. How humans are affected by light pollution is something scientists are just currently starting to understand. Within the last 15 years, scientists have learned that human beings are photosensitive and directly affected by the environment. Our bodies are evolved to have a balance between day and night, and it is unnatural to consciously remain in radiant light. There is a 24-hour clock that ticks inside of us that is known as the human circadian system. It regulates rhythmicity in the human body and establishes normal sleep and wake phases. The reality is, humans have to follow the laws of nature just like any other living thing and non-living being. In addition, humans may be more at risk for developing breast and prostate cancers, obesity, and early onset diabetes when exposed to more light pollution. This map shows that in areas with more light exposure, there is a correlation with the number of patients with diabetes. All in all, humans would be better off with less light pollution.
pollution, or light trespass, has been growing by 4% each year. Some suggest that the night sky will be unobservable in the continuous United States by 2025. Light pollution, created by humans, blocks out the wonders of our universe, such as the stars, galaxies, nebulae, and the Milky Way in the night sky. Even those advanced astronomical telescopes built on mountains like the Palomar Observatory in San Diego suffer from the light pollution caused by the expanding city. Light pollution deeply reduces the efficiency and quality of astronomical observation. It makes astronomical phenomena almost impossible to view in big cities like San Diego and Chicago. It's estimated that 20% of the world's population can no longer see the Milky Way from where they live. Light can also travel directly to any telescopes or observers with naked eyes to block out the normal starlight. It's true that astronomers can build new telescopes at remote, uncivilized locations that contain no light pollution on its way to explore the universe, but normal people live in cities, and they should have the privilege to see wonders of the universe by themselves. According to the First World Atlas of Night Sky Brightness, the night sky is brighter than a first quarter moon for 96% of the European Union population, 97% of the US's population, and 50% of the worldwide population.
There are many different ways that we can reduce light pollution. All of these ways are relatively simple solutions that can be implemented on the widespread scale. One of the simplest ways to reduce light pollution is by simply changing the light bulbs. New CFL, or compact fluorescent light bulbs, help reduce glare and emit weaker waves as opposed to stronger, blue-based wavelengths that cause a much stronger glare. Another simple solution is to only use the light when it is needed, and that goes for commercial developers in downtown areas too. As beautiful as the nighttime city skyline is, such areas do not necessarily need that much light. There are many campaigns, such as National Dark Sky Week and Globe at Night, that can help make our metropolitan areas more efficient in combating light pollution. Replacing street lights with more efficient fixtures can help reduce light pollution. Full cutoff fixtures can help reduce light pollution by directing all the light downwards rather than upwards. As you can see in the picture, without the fixture, all of the light is aimed directly at the sky, causing visibility problems. While with a full cutoff fixture, all of the light is aimed downwards, which is making the artificial light more efficient. Outdoor security and display lighting, or sign lighting, should be fitted with shielded floodlights to direct all of the light at the targeted area. Making changes like the ones listed above could cut the cost of electricity as well as the carbon dioxide emissions drastically. All of these solutions can really make a change in the amount of light pollution emitted, but one of the most important solutions is to raise public awareness on the issue. Before you can make and implement laws, the public needs to become more informed about light pollution and all of its negative impacts. To make a substantial change, a community scale of action needs to occur. Citizens need to ask their township are doing the best job in choosing and emitting proper lighting. As an individual, you can turn off your porch light when you do not need it, but that will not be enough to solve the problem of light pollution for the whole Chicagoland area. It is important for cities to reconsider and develop their street lighting in a more environmentally and economically friendly manner.